Hello everybody out there on YouTube, this is your man Shadik Sick and I'm with my boys Ali Hassan and Avatar Yaya. Please introduce yourselves respectively.
Hey guys, Ali Hassan here, and I'm back again with another collaboration between my boys Shadik Stick and Avatar. And I do Final Fantasy content, just check me on the description below. Shameless plug, you already know.
Look, we've been throwing around shameless plugs all day, but it's Avatar Yaya without the TV. You know I'm the Avatar, I'm everywhere, on everybody's channel, trying to make it shine. But anyway, yeah.
So what I got, Avatar is just like an STD. Now let me stop.
Anyway, yeah, that's Avatar. My link gonna be in the description though, right?
Alright, so, basically, before you start, we just gotta hold up.
This time we'll have to join forces.
Alright, so everybody, we're back. We're talking about compromise for Final Fantasy VII's gameplay between turn-based and action-based combat. I'll tell how I feel last because, I feel like I can get better insight from, these two beautiful people right here. So, Avatar, why don't you go first?
Man, look, turn-based is how it started, and that's how it should end. I'm playing, but seriously, turn-based gameplay is really deep in my heart. But however, action-based is something that's really, been developed and more people modern today really fall in love with. I honestly think turn-based should be what Final Fantasy Remake is. It needs to revitalize itself within the community and gamers alike. So that's how I feel on turn-based. I think it's still the way to go. Just revive it, make it fresh, add some new features. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bow. We got a perfect game, turn-based, fun, good, Final Fantasy. And that's all I'm gonna say.
Alright, Ali, why don't you just go ahead and drop your opinions.
Okay, so I just want to say this before I go into my opinion. I mean, it's pretty obvious why Shadik wanted us to talk, because he lazy as... Nah, let me stop. But low-key, you already...
it is low-key. I'm just like, nah, man. Y'all just do the video. Y'all go ahead.
Honestly. Nah. But, like, on the real, though, I really feel that, like, I've been repeating this so much. Action, I feel like I just want more action because it's more towards, like, geared towards a lot of the new generation, everything like that. But not only that, like, I feel that if there is a compromise, it will be the smart way to do things because, obviously, it's going to cater to both parties. And that being said, that will be the more business oriented thing to do because it just makes more sense. If you have a base that wants like action based and you have another fan base that just purely wants turn based, why not combine both and just give the option to switch between? That way you're satisfying both communities and also the small majority of people that actually want to play both. Like me personally, I wouldn't mind to experience the game completely 100% action based, but then on my second playthrough completely just experience it in a different battle mode, and that would be like really smart of them. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 kind of did it with their wait mode and their action mode. I mean, Shadik, I know Shadik hates the wait mode, just saying. So I just give you the plug to kind of just destroy 15's wait mode right now, so you're welcome.
Alright, so let me just, I don't know if Ali's done, but now I'm gonna have to just, take the reins, bring you that delicious cancer you come to my channel for. But like, I hate wait mode so much. It's literally just, it feels like they're making the game easy. It doesn't feel like it's trying to combine turn-based action because you're not selecting options, you're just selecting an enemy. You're stopping time selecting an enemy, and then I can just use that to run away because that's how I play my games. I just run away. I run away, kill stuff, run away, kill stuff, run away, and then I beat things aggressively to a pulp and then turtle. That's how I play my games. But on the real though, I feel like I feel like they need to come to some kind of compromise on the business end of things, just so it appeals to everybody. Because I kind of just thought about this. He said he wished there were two sort of combat modes, and the Cydia did that with 012, and I thought that was very interesting that they did that. They had RPG mode and they had classic Cydia mode, which you could play the game like an RPG, or you could play the game as if it was the Cydia, like the arena fighter game that it is. But if they introduce something like that, I hope they carry it out well. We also have CC2, the developers of many based fighting games and you know, hack and slashes working on this. So, you know, I do think they can do something on that action side of things that, you know, spices it up for the new rising crowd of action gamers that's basically coming up. Because admittedly, turn-based RPGs are kind of dying when you look at the entire, like, you know, gaming industry as a whole. Like, they're kind of dying out. You know, we see all these action-based RPGs. I kind of think that's good for them. But, you know, you can hold on to the classic fans like me, myself, who I want it to be turn-based, but I understand, like, you know, you got to make compromises for, you know, business. You know, they have to make money at the end of the day. So, you know, I feel like, you know, turn-based is for the classic RPG fans like me. That's how I genuinely feel. I also feel like if they did something that was action-based, I feel like it should be somewhere between Kingdom Hearts and Crisis Core. Crisis Core Final Fantasy, you know, they gave us the DMW, which was interesting because it kind of, you know, it kind of saved my butt. Even though I didn't like it sometimes because it didn't do anything at all, like during the battles. A lot of the times it saved my butt, but I don't think they should implement it into here. But at the same time, I believe they should implement the little item and ability menu that they implemented into that game, you know, to kind of mix things up a little bit. But at the same time, have the game as open as, say, maybe Kingdom Hearts, and that you can jump and do all this other stuff. You know, that's how I feel, genuinely. That's how I genuinely feel about it. Y'all guys have any other statements? Let's start with Ali this time around.
So for other statements in general, like, okay, so I already talked about action, I already talked about turn-based, and I already talked about, like, you know, why it would be logical for them to just go about things in a more business-oriented standpoint. So I feel like I just, like, discussed everything around the spectrum. But, like, going further and delving into it, like, it just makes a lot more sense if they do the compromise in general, I guess. Just so, like, you know, once again, they give people the option. You know, for the longevity of the game, it just increases it because it's more content. It's not just, like, doing something, and that gives people the option to play things differently a second or even third time. But action, you know, a lot of people, I mean, in general, like, I feel like even when I play through it, like, I'll just stay on board with action because action is just, like, it's just better. It's just, like, you know, with the generation, everything, you know, coming up, it's statistically kind of shown that a lot of people just prone to like the action-oriented combat and the fast-paced combat. Don't get me wrong, there's people that like the strategic way of doing things, and that is the core Final Fantasy community that played through the old games that just like, you know, traditional turn-based combat or just regular turn-based combat. I mean, they could go about things in many ways. They don't even have to just include, like, you know, a strict, like, you know, wait kind of mode and a kind of strict, you know, as you know, Shaq says, like, easy mode and a hard mode being the wait mode and like the more action-oriented mode, because, you know, it might or break, you know, make or break the game, and that's a really good point. And I feel like I just talked too much, but you know how I feel about it. Action just seems more hard and more like, you know, just more rewarding when you play through it, and that's all I gotta really say.
Alright, how you feel, Avatar?
Alright, remember at PlayStation Experience when they showed the gameplay, that the second trailer? No, I'm gonna go back a little bit further. Remember when they showed that at E3 2015 and the crowd got up because they know it was a remake? So the issue with it, to me, honestly, at this point, I honestly don't really mind either type of style, but most gamers that are going to buy that game are going to live off of nostalgia, you know, and they're expecting a better experience and, you know, maybe a whole different experience. So the issue with action-based gameplay is that the older traditional people that played the OG Final Fantasy VII might be like, I don't remember the gameplay being like this. I remember my turn-based style. And it could be the safer route to go turn-based because they already had a solid system people remember, and they can just advance on that, making it a new system regardless. So I'm leaning more to I really don't care, but I'm looking at it as they should really go with the turn-based system, because a lot of games nowadays that are getting flack for, it's not original for this type of action style gameplay. This is a God of War clone. This is, you know, a Tales of Exilia, Symphonia, Abyss clone. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I feel.
So I guess that wraps up our feelings. You guys have any shameless plugs to add in here before we go? Avatar, you go first.
Look, I got a mixtape. I lost my old mixtape. Get my new mixtape. It's free.
He's trying to ruin my Christmas again. I'll leave you go.
See, I don't have a mixtape, but what I do have is enlightenment on my channel. I highly anticipate and expect you guys to subscribe to my channel if you already haven't. Bars of a true great YouTuber, just saying.
True. Well, anyways, guys, This is Minion Man Shattuck Stick. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. I'll have these guys' channels down in the description. I don't know if I'll have that nice and sweet annotations, because, you know, I hate using annotations because it's the most complicated crap on the planet to me, trying to, you know, make that square the right size. But anyways, this is Minion Man Shattuck Stick, and I'm out. Peace. Kiss, kiss.